So how are you going to sort out your stressful week? Are you going to have it all sorted, part complement, like, or whatever the word is I'm trying to think of by the end of the week?
Something needs to be hit. That's all I know. So I am going to
Yeah,
find a way of hitting something, hopefully an
and then it's
inanimate
all good.
object. And then it will be all good. And, we've talked about the pressure plate, and stress is a tool that you can use. So I'm well aware of it. But yeah, at some point we're going to have to open the vent and I'm going to have to pour it out onto
Well,
something.
get down on Saturday. The
Plus,
door
if
is
it's a
open.
thing, I will christen one of
Yeah,
your new freestanding
that's
bags.
that's what it's always about. I
Ah.
wrote something down to discuss with you, and I think it's something. I think we're all being faced with stresses at the moment, stresses that are out of the norm in an unprecedented time.
Mhm.
And, from the kids to, going back to school, going back to work, to us adults, and to the whole thing, I think we're all under different kind of stresses, which creates stress. I think we're all always under stress, aren't we? But it creates a different kind of stress that then builds up. I think it's really easy to think at times that the grass is greener on the other side, and is that like a what is that? Is that a kind of a safety mechanism? But in some ways, it's not a good thing. It's like people in relationships, for instance, or in work, or I can't think of another example where you start to think about, well, if I just changed or just stopped, and you think that the grass is greener on the other side, and it's not necessarily, you'll find yourself there and be like, oh, that was a mistake.
Yeah, I guess it's a survival mechanism, because if, the first man stayed in the cave and never went anywhere, we wouldn't be here today. So
Mm-hmm.
we've explored and we've expanded, and we are always looking to the next horizon. I think where we've gone wrong these days is we think we can fix our problems by just moving away from them. But your problems follow you, because the problem isn't that your wife isn't the one for you anymore. It might be that you're a shit husband. You might
Yeah.
just not be a good partner, and therefore you've ruined that relationship, and you're going to go to another one which will start fine, and then you'll ruin that relationship. So I think a lot of problems can be fixed by looking inwards rather than looking outwards to where you can go to fix them.
What's getting me a bit at the moment is from like a club, a martial arts club, a business point of view, is we're going to smash it today. We back in March, one was in a really good place, as in built up lots of really good systems, had a real good start to the year with new people coming in, and then, the success of the club itself with the members, with what they were achieving, it was at a really good point. And then it all just like literally come to a stop. We've sort of limped along through the Zoom online experience, and we're crawling back in now to a face-to-face. We're not even at half capacity of what we'd normally do, and everything else. And I think that's what's frustrating to me at the moment, is trying to get back to where we were. But it's almost like you got your hands tied behind your back to a point, and then everyone else, the people on furlough, losing their jobs and everything else. And what I'm trying to tell myself is just trust the process. Just trust. I feel like I need to be up every hour, every night right now, working. But I don't think that's actually going to get us any quicker to where we need to go. I just need to trust the process. Just know what I'm doing is right, and yeah, trust the process.
Yeah, I'm reading the book Atomic Habits at the minute, and it's all about, the science of developing habits. And it talks about relying on your systems and not relying on your goals. So if you're always looking at your goals, what you're basically telling yourself is you'll be unhappy until you reach your goal. And then you're living in a state of perpetual dissatisfaction with where you are in life, because it's always about getting to the goal. And instead, what we need to do is put in systems in place which move us towards the goal, and just focus on every day getting up and implementing those systems, and then having, like you said, having faith in the system, and knowing that your experience and your expertise and just putting in the time will pay dividends in the long run. But at the minute, I think it's just so hard to see because everything has just been so thrown up in the air and we still don't know where we're at, and no one can say for sure. No one can give us a deadline on anything, but it's therefore more important than ever to just trust the system, because the finish line now actually isn't even in sight. So you just have to kind of have faith that you just keep running, just keep swimming, in the words of Dory the fish.